Can somebody confirm? Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me start today's session. So today we are approaching towards Python level 2, and in this we will talk about the advanced topics related to Python. Okay. So in this Python level 2, we will cover more advanced topics that will allow you to use Django with easy. So basically, in this section, we will talk about more about the topics that is used in Django frameworks more and more. So knowing these topics will make your transition to Django very smooth. So that's why this Python level 2 is very important. So let's get started. So first of all, I will talk about the scope of the variable. So scope of the variable is an important topic, and that is used in every programming languages when you write a program. So this should you need to develop the understanding on this, because on the basis of scope you are accessing different values, and uh, there are two types of scope, that is global and local scope. So local scope basically will work inside a function, inside a block of code, and global variable, once you initialize the global variable, then you can use that variable anywhere inside your program. So we have discussed scope a little bit in the past. Little bit in the past means in the JavaScript section we have discussed about that, but Python's scopes rules can sometimes confuse beginners programmers. So let's quickly go over the key rules of Python scope. So Python scope follows the LEGB rule. So means local, enclosing function locals. This is the extra that is added in Python. Global we already know, and built-in. So built-in is also the extra that is added in the Python. L means local, locals name assigned in any way within a function. Okay. So def define or lambda, these two terms we are using for defining any function, and inside that function we are using the local variables that are explaining that function only. Okay. And not declare global in that function. And EFL's name in the local scope of any and all including functions. EFL's uh, any including function, or it is from inner to outer. So this including function locals is a little bit different from local, but it is work like locals only. So inside the function you also using the different if else condition and different situations, like switch case also you are using. So in that particular enclosing block of code, whenever you are using that function, that is EFLs, means enclosing function locals. Global, you can understand by the name global, means you can use it anywhere inside the function once you define it. So top level of the module file, any module file you are starting to build, you are starting to write. So on the top of that you need to write every global function, or you need to declare that global uh, on top of that, and then you can use that function global variable inside a function within the file, and inside many function you can use. Okay, the same name, built-in names pre-assigned in the built-in names module. So these are the pre-assigned variables. So we are using these built-in variables in Python module files, that is open, range already we used many times during our function exercise, and also in a Python game we have used the range. So these types of things we are using that is already built in. So we these are not user defined, that is already built in. So let's walk through some simple examples that make Python scopes very clear. Okay. So I'm going. to the PyCharm, and I will show you some examples. So on the basis of that, we can understand the scope of the variable. So let me define one variable x, and I need to give the value to this variable, that is 25. And here I am defining one function that you can say my func, my function. And so inside this function block, I am again initializing one another variable, that is x, and here I am giving the value 50. So here you can return x. So after all this, we can print the value of x here, and that is outside the function block. And you can call the, so before that, let me save this program and let me run this so that we can understand what value this function will print. Okay, so I am running this file python node.py, and it is printing that 25 value, and that is global. So I am written the print statement outside my function, so this print statement will take the global value. So global, that is all out defined outside the function. Okay, so if I print the print statement here inside this function here, like that, then it will take the local value, because that print is inside the function. So I hope you all understand about that. And let me call this function outside, and inside this print statement, let me call the function itself. So whenever I calling this function, so maybe this print statement will print the value of x is equal to 50, because it is returning the same x. So we can also see this. So here you can see, whenever I call the my function, it will represent it will printed the same value that is defined inside the function. So function will evaluate the same value that is locally defined inside that. So this is the basic understanding about the local and global variables. And we can also see, let me want to directly call the function instead of printing. So this is also returning x. So after that, I will printing x. Okay, by calling the function. After that, let me print uh, x. Then it is printing the same global variable. Okay. This function is returning the 50, but here this print always take the global value. Okay, unless until it is not written inside the function. So this, I hope you already understand. Let me use the lambda, that is lambda x equal to x multiplied by 2. So lambda. So this way I have defined the value of x. X is equal to x square. Let me call this, and here it not okay. So let me give the value 4 to the x. Then let me print this x. So let's see what will happen and what we'll see. So here the value of 4 only, and that is lambda. So basically you can consider lambda is a copy of the function. So lambda, inside the lambda, if you are doing any uh, editing or any block of statement of programming you are writing, that will consider inside the lambda only, like inside a function. And outside that, if you define anything, that will work like a global thing. Okay, so basically I am wanted to tell you lambda is work like a function, but this is more built-in function, you can consider it. Let me take another example, and inside this I am taking the one complete string. This is a global name, so this is a global name. So this string I am writing. Okay, and let's see what we'll do with this string. I am defining the variable greet. Okay, so this is the greet variable, and inside this I am saying name equal to what. So let I will give my name. Okay, Munish Kushwa. So I have given my name equal to this, and inside the function I am defining another function, that is hello. So it will say hello, and let me print. So Shivani asked me about the question. So Shivani, can you unmute yourself and ask me what you just wanted to ask?
हेलो सर।
Yes, yes.
मेरा ये डाउट है, जो अभी इसके पहले जो आपने किया कोड, इसमें एक्स की वैल्यू एक्स स्क्वायर क्यों ली है आपने?
नहीं नहीं, मैं आपको ये शो कराना चाह रहा था कि जब भी आप लैम्डा के अंदर कोई भी कैलकुलेशन करते हो, तो मैं एक्स को एक्स स्क्वायर करना किया था वहां पर, मतलब। लेकिन जो एक्स
यस
मैंने
सर।
उसके ऊपर जो डिफाइन किया, एक्स इक्वल टू 4, वो वैल्यू चेंज नहीं हुई। आपकी एक्स इक्वल टू 4 जो वैल्यू है वही प्रिंट हुई थी। मतलब जो प्रिंट स्टेटमेंट था वो ग्लोबल वैल्यू को ले रहा था, और लैम्डा के अंदर जो हम अपडेशन कर रहे थे, एक्स को एक्स स्क्वायर में कन्वर्ट कर रहे थे, वो नहीं हो रहा था, क्योंकि वो कंसीडर किया जाता है लोकली।
ओके सर,
तो
थैंक यू
उससे
सर।
उससे पहले मैंने एक फंक्शन का बताया था ना, कि फंक्शन के अंदर एक्स की वैल्यू को 50 कर दिया, तो वो भी तो इनसाइड फंक्शन ही था,
हाँ।
तो वो लोकली था।
यस सर।
तो लेकिन प्रिंट वाला स्टेटमेंट ग्लोबली ले रहा था। तो बेसिकली यही दिखाना चाह रहा था कि जो लोकल चीजें होती हैं वो फंक्शन के बाहर हम एक्सेस नहीं कर सकते, वो प्रिंट नहीं करती हैं अपनी वैल्यू। ठीक है।
ओके सर।
So and also you can understand from this example also. So here I have taken the name, that is, this is a global name, and inside this name I have given my name to the name variable. Basically I updated the value inside that name, and inside this function hello I am printing something. Okay, so let me print hello. So by this statement, basically I will greet someone. So this is the print statement, and now I'm calling the greet. So let me see what will come inside the this greet calling function, calling to the greet. So this will come hello Munish Kushwa, or hello, this is a global name. Let me try. print inside greet. So by calling the greet, nothing will be printed. Let me write the hello here inside this function. Here only I am calling the hello. Now we can see, so it is printing hello Munish Kusma. So basically this calling function hello, it is taking the local value, because this hello we called inside the function greet. So this is taking the name that is defined locally. Okay. So by calling this greet function, you will got the local value, not this global value of name variable. So this is the another example. On the basis of that, you can understand the importance of local and global. Okay. So another thing we can do with the calling greet also, let me print here. And what I'm printing? The name, the same. Now, now this statement will print this global value. This name is not will be the name. This name Munish Kushwa. It will take the global value. Okay. So yeah, this is a global name. So this way, this is the thing you are assigning to different things to the locally and globally. Another example I can show you. Let me remove this and let me put a value of x equal to 50, and let me define function x, and inside this let me print something, means x is so I'm printing x is x. And now here I am updating the value of x into 1000. Then after that I am writing the another local variable, that is local x change to local x change to this x. Now we can call the function x here. So you can see, so here this first statement will take the value of global value x is equal to 50. Now x is 1000. This print will take the value of new, that is locally defined 1000. Okay, so this way also you can understand which statement is taking the which value. So so whenever you define the locally after the print statement, after one or two print statement, then that print statement will take the same value, बिकॉज उसको तो अभी तक पता ही नहीं है ना कि फंक्शन के अंदर लोकली क्या डिफाइन किया गया है. उसके बाद डिफाइन कर रहे हो तो वो तो स्टार्टिंग वाली वैल्यू ही लेगा ना. And now you define the x with new value, then after that all the print statement or all the calculation will consider the local value that is updated inside this function. So this is you can understand. So inside this I can also do one thing, the same. So let me define the value using the global keyword, global x. So here I define the value global x equal to 50, that is already, and inside the function that is global x and x equal to 1000 and local x change to x. So before function call x is this. So we can say, let me remove this print statement here from here also. So I will give the print statement, and inside this print statement function call before function call x is x. Okay, and you can also by calling the function you can also give the second print statement, and this is after function call because we have called the function already. So after function call x is this x. So let me save this and you can understand. Global x is the syntax error, name x as parameter and global. Okay. So let me do another thing, not defining the global. Let me print the result. Missing one required positional argument x. So why global keyword is showing the error actually here. So let me see what is the error. Name x is used both as a parameter and a global. And inside the function, let me not pass the parameter here. Now, yes. So without passing the parameter, you can define the x here, then you can get the result. So let me see. Okay. So this first print statement that is before calling the function. So it will take the x, the same global value x, but when you call the function, the value will change and it will now x equal to 1000, and now this print statement that is outside the function, but it will print the value of x equal to 1000 because inside the function we declared the x as a global. We declared the x as a global. Now we are changing the value of x globally, not inside that function only. Before function, it's already global because we have defined outside the function, but inside function also we are updating the value, but by saying that it is global. Now everywhere you will use the x will be 1000. Okay, so this will work like that way. Another thing, let me remove this global x, and by removing this global x, let me give x equal to this and then now return equal to. So basically I'm showing the difference, what is the difference between global x and without global x. So here now the value will not change actually. So before function call is x50, then after function call is x50, because uh, these two print statement will take the global value only. They will not take the local value. Okay, even you are calling the function or not. So this is about the scope, that is global and local scope. and after that we'll talk about the object oriented programming concept. That is very very important, because in programming, like you are coding in C++, you are coding in Python, or you are coding in Java, that is a high level language you are coding. So everything is depending on object, and everything is we are considering as an object. Okay. So that's why one concept arises, that is object oriented programming. So that is very important. So we'll talk about this, okay, in the coming section.